नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. This is from the Bhagavat, and friends, we have already discussed about some of the characters of the Mahabharata, and today we will be discussing about a very famous character, Arjuna, the youngest son of the king Pandu and the queen Kunti is the Arjuna, and through the grace of the king of gods Indra, he was born on Shatasringa mountain in the Falgun Purnima. The moment the star, at that moment the star was Uttar Falguni. So that is the Arjuna's. The moment of his birth was celebrated by the Apsaras and the Gandharvas with song and dances in the forest. As because his spiritual father was the Indra, the king of gods, obviously the Apsaras, they all came to perform and celebrate, and the Gandharvas. These Apsaras are 48 in total number. There is a list that they gave, the 48 in total in number, and they were very, very capable in performing this type of dances and the songs, and also presented dramas. And some of the famous Apsaras, they are Adrika, Ambika, Aruna, Asita, Gunochala, Keshini, Manorama, Menaka, Rambha, Tilottama, Urbasi. This Urbasi, the 2-3 names we know, but they were 48 in total numbers. And the Gandharvas are also a same type of people, though they were very good warriors, they were also above the human being, they called Gandharvas. So they used to love the culture, the dance and songs and paintings and all. So these Gandharvas, but not that only that, they were also very good warriors. So Arjuna had 2-3 times at the fight with these Gandharvas, and Gandharva king also was very happy with Arjuna. Also, a heavenly prophecy assured the mother Kunti that her son will be the supreme in valor, like Parashuram and Vishnu. And not only that, a famous among the heroes, he will bring glory to mankind. So that was the prophecy at the time of the Arjuna's birth. In the Virat Parva, we find that Arjuna is disclosing his other names to Uttar. Uttar was the Virata's son. He is the prince of the king Virata. He was the king of the Matsya Raja. Matsya was the province, the king of that was the Virat, his son was Uttara, and Arjuna once became the charioteer of the Uttara. But he was a very young boy, and when he went to see who are the people has come to take away their cows, he thought he will be able to fight. But when he reached over there, he found that Duryodhana and all the great Kauravas are there. Uttara was so much frightened, he jumped down from the chariot and he was running. Arjuna had to chase him, and after 100 steps caught him, drag him back, etc. That is the Uttara. He was a very nice boy, but comparing with the Arjuna and these heroes, he was nothing. There he was asking Arjuna, how many names you are having? Then Arjuna disclosed, my name is Arjuna, always engaged in good work. The Arjuna, the meaning is one who is always engaged in good works. His name was Falguna because his birth star was Falguni Nakshatra. And his name was Jishnu because of his valor. He was Jishnu. The valor, this is one thing, there are many heroes are there, but when you are practicing each and every rule in the war and at the same time capturing and defeating your enemies, that they used to accept as the valor. Then his name was Kiriti because Indra gave him a wonderful crown. The name of the crown was Kirita. So he became Kiriti. That was a divine crown, very well designed. Then he was Shvetavahana because his horses were all white. Varun Dev gave that, all the 4 horses, complete white horses. His name was Bibhatsu because he never did any bad thing in the war or in any fight. So that's why his name was Bibhatsu, and Vijaya never got defeated, never became defeated by anyone. His name was Krishna, and this name was given by his father because of his color. It is a darkish color, that's why Krishna. He became Sabyasachi because he could shoot the arrows from both the hands in the same capacity. So Sabyasachi, and then finally Dhananjaya because he collected lot of wealth for his elder brother in the Ashwamedha Yajna. So these are the 10 names. Along with that, in the Bhagavad Gita, we find Krishna, Lord Krishna is addressing him as Gudakesha. So Arjuna, Falguna, Jishnu, Kiriti, Shvetavahana, Bibhatsu, Vijaya, Krishna, Sabyasachi, Dhananjaya, again Gudakesha. Gudakesha means he was the controller of his own sleep. He could control his senses in such a way, he was beyond that. So that was the name. Arjuna was the student of Dronacharya, and as a Guru Dakshina, that we know that when in the Indian tradition, when you are receiving something from a venerable person, you are supposed to give him something in return. That is called Guru Dakshina. So Guru Dakshina, so he told, sir, what can I give to you that will make you happy? And he told all, Duryodhanas, the whole 100 brothers, and also the Pandavas. He told, see, as a Dakshina, you have to capture Drupada because he has insulted me. I was a Brahmin. As because the Drupada insulted me, he was my friend in the school. And we have already discussed this Dronacharya's life. I want that my disciples should go capture him and bring him to me, make him humble without harming him. No one promised. Arjuna then and there promised that I will do that, and he really did. When he was very young, that time he went, defeated the Drupada and brought him at the feet of his Guru, humbled. So that was the Guru became very, very happy with him, And he promised, Prayatishe tatha kartum yatha na anya dhanurdhara tatsamo bhavita loke satyam etad brabhimite. Adi Parva, it says, Prayatishe tatha kartum, I will do that, I will teach you in such a way, yatha na anya dhanurdhara, nanya dhanurdhara. No other archer will be able to, capable, tat sama, like yours, bhavita loke. In this world, no one will be like you. Satyam etad brabhimite. I am promising you this. Satyam etad brabhimi. So, no one in this world will be equal to you. That was the promise of the Drona. And we know, to keep this promise, he did a very bad thing by cutting the finger of another boy who was very young and came to him. So that was the Drona's, in his Drona's life, that was the bad thing that he did. But at the same time, he wanted to keep his promise, that was also there. Not only this, when the Dronacharya with all his other disciples went to bathe in the Ganga, suddenly a crocodile, man-eating crocodile, captured Drona. Drona himself could save, but he wanted that his disciples should do, because it was inside the water. It was trying to drag the Dronacharya. So Arjuna, inside the water, shot 5 arrows and killed that crocodile and saved his guru's life, which no one could do. So that was the great performance, and very happy the Dronacharya presented him on Brahma Shira Astra. The Brahma Shira, as a special type of weapon, after becoming very calm and quiet, controlling all the senses, one should use that. Otherwise, it will destroy the person who is using it. So only the Brahma Shira, Arjuna, he received that famous weapon from his guru. Then we know the story that when they came and they were there getting the training along with the prince, like the Duryodhanas and others, then they planned, his father, Duryodhana's father planned, that if they are surviving, it will be very difficult for me, because Arjuna, Bhima, they are so powerful, my children won't be fight with them and there will be no equal, so let them kill. So he planned, Duryodhana's planning, and it was supported by his father. So Dhritarashtra, they were there in the Varanabat, and that whole that palace was built in such a way so that it will immediately burn down. So that was the planning. We know how they saved themselves from the Varanabat, and they were going out. Arjuna took the form of a Brahmin. All the brothers, they were having the garbs of the Brahmin. The Brahmin means only Ekabastra. Ekabastra means only one cloth they used to wear. The body is to be the bare body, only one cloth and bare foot. They used to walk. Now the Kshatriyas and Brahmanas both were having the Yajna Upavit, so obviously it was difficult to find out who is Brahmana and who is Kshatriya. And in that way they entered into one city called Ekachakra to taste whether others can find them out or not. As because the Kshatriya's body and the Brahmana's body, the physical appearance are different, whether the ordinary people can identify them as a Brahmana or Kshatriyas. So from the Ekachakra city they were passing, no one could understand that they are the Pandavas. And also they wanted to get some information how people are thinking about them. So all these things, they crossed that city, And on the way, when they passed that, then afterwards he came to a group of people, a big army of Gandharvas, whose leader was Chitraratha. Arjuna had a fight with them and he defeated the Chitraratha, and Chitraratha was compelled to teach him the art of creating illusion. That was the special type of knowledge that Chitraratha and the Gandharvas they used to have. They used to create in such a way as if this is happening, but that is all just like the magic. That power Arjuna learned. Now, when we are having this, so in those days the Brahmanas, they were having great respect. So they took the form of the Brahmana. They could take the form of the Vaishyas, they didn't do that. They took the form of the Brahmana and just begging and passing. Their mother was also there, the Kunti. But no one could notice in such a humble way they were going. At the same time, whenever the opportunity came, Arjuna tried to learn something new from the vanquished one. Here he understood Chitraratha, he was the commander-in-chief of the Gandharva army. He knew many things, so Arjuna learnt it from him. And then they reached to the Panchala in that garb, and they were staying in a very humble house as a guest of one gentleman. And in the Panchala, these 5 brothers, they used to go out begging and bringing the food, and they used to say, "Mother, we have brought the food." Mother used to say, "You distribute among yourselves and eat and take rest." That was the normal thing. So then one day when they were going, suddenly they heard a lot of music and fanfare. They inquired what is going on. Then they came to know that Swayamvar Sabha of the Draupadi is going on. Draupadi was famous for his beauty. So naturally all these 5 brothers, they also went in the garb of a Brahmana. And it was only the Kshatriyas who could ask for the hand of the girl. Brahmanas also could, but not in the first stage. And we all know no one could perform that the chakra that was moving, and at the back of the chakra there was behind the chakra was what's called the fish, and one should hit the eye of the fish by looking at the water below. So we can imagine the now if the chakra is moving, you have to go through, you have to send the arrow through that, first thing. Secondly, not the fish, but the eye of the fish, such a small target. And the toughest thing, you cannot directly see, you have to watch it on the reflection of the water, and then only you have to shoot it. So that was the thing was going on, and it is only Arjuna who could do. When everyone failed, Arjuna tried, he got. Draupadi was very happy to put the garland to Arjuna. The moment they did, all other protested. Why the Brahmana should come? This is the first time the appearance of the Krishna we find in the whole Mahabharata. This is the first time Krishna and Balaram, they came and stood both sides of the Arjuna. And Arjuna was backed by the Bhima. But other three brothers, they were sitting quiet. They didn't say anything. But only this Bhima came to protect his brother. And here we find the brotherhood. Other 3, they were particularly the Yudhishthira. He was thinking whether this is good or bad, whether one should do it or not. So that thought was going on. But another is Rajaguna, this Bhima, without thinking anything, is my brother in trouble, so I have to support. He came down and he was supporting his brother protecting his back. In the meantime, Krishna and Balarama also came and stood both the side of them, and they said, no, according to the dharma, according to the rule, Arjuna didn't approach in the first. He came in the last when each and every one was defeated, and Brahmanas has every right to do that if they can perform in that way, and he has shown that he, and moreover Draupadi is very happy. Draupadi has nobody forced her, so this is the thing. So there was a little fight, but still with the, because of the Krishna's convention, from then onwards Krishna became the friend and guide. That was the first time. So then afterwards a very horrible thing happened. They came, and in the same way, from the distance, with great joy, they announced that we have brought something very special. And the mother, without seeing what that is, she in usual form also said, Kuti gata sa tanabeksha. Kuti gata, when they were coming to that hut, sa, that mother, Kunti, tan abekshan, without particularly observing, putro pravacha, she said to the sons, bhunteti sametya sarve. Bhunta iti, you enjoy or you distribute, sameta, all of you, all the 5 brothers, sarve, all the 5 brothers you distribute whatever you have brought. Then afterwards, when she saw that it is Draupadi, the Krishna, then she lamented and again said, I am very sorry. Here we find she went to the Yudhishthira and told, son, tell me what I should do, because I have already said, and now all your brothers are ready to obey my command, but that will be unfair to Arjuna and also to this young girl. Now what to do? Yudhishthira came and requested Arjuna to marry the Draupadi. Arjuna consulted with the Draupadi and told, as the mother has commanded, ordered, so obviously all our brothers are supposed to have you as our wife. What is your opinion? Now 2-3 things are coming in the picture. First, anything good or bad once come out of the mouth, that has to be honored. That was in the society. So they were of course conscious all the time to tell anything beforehand, but this time unconsciously, as because it was the habit. Regularly they used to bring the food and all those things after begging. So she told. But even then the Arjuna never claimed. Though Arjuna loved her so much, afterwards we'll find, because the Krishna, the Draupadi, she came and told Arjuna, and Arjuna could control himself just thinking that Draupadi loves me most. He had a great love for Draupadi, even then his sacrifice. So the biographer of the Arjuna, they are mentioning this thing and say his sacrifice, that's a great. Secondly, the Yudhishthira also, he wanted to give the opportunity to Arjuna. And thirdly, ultimately, Vyasadeva came to intervene and to guide. And Vyasadeva told, this is the providence, that's why your mother said like this. And this Draupadi will be the cementing factor to keep all the brothers together. So whatever has happened, take it as a blessings from your mother and the will of God. Marry all the 5 brothers together on Draupadi. Draupadi agreed. And after that the Pandavas returned to Hastinapura and began ruling their portion of the country from the Indraprastha, that was their capital. We know this time it is not that from the beginning they were having no kingdom, they first got the kingdom. And here in the Indraprastha, this Indraprastha was not at all fertile land, but the Yudhishthira and with others, and slowly he completely transformed that land, this Indraprastha, not very far from Delhi. Now it is proper Delhi, this Indraprastha, where they were. So it was a hilly and not very good soil, but still they developed in such a way it became the most attracted area. The kings and the other people used to visit Indraprastha. In this Indraprastha, and they made a system. Each year one brother will live with the Draupadi. So Arjuna and Draupadi and their son became Sruta Kirti. This is called in the Indraprastha, the Sruta Kirti was born. Then the Draupadi went to, in the circle she went to the Yudhishthira. One day a very wonderful thing happened. Then suddenly one Brahmana came and reported to the Arjuna that some people have come and attacked my family and they are taking out all my wealth. And as a Brahmana, I cannot protect myself. As a king, Kshatriya, you have to protect. So Arjuna wanted to rush along with the Brahmana to protect him. That was his Rajadharma. Arjuna was appointed as a Senapati, so it was his duty. Now, when he entered into the room where he used to keep all his weapons, there Yudhishthira and Draupadi were sitting. Arjuna never knew it, but unknowingly he entered, he saw the brother sitting with Draupadi, and he understood that he has broken that promise and the rule. At that time, two things happened. He took the weapons, went with the Brahmana, fought back those bad people, saved his wealth, came back, and he left the weapon and told his brother, I have broken my promise, so I must be punished. Yudhishthira himself said, you have done your Rajadharma, and you were not knowing that I am there. I was not supposed to be in that room also. I just went over there like that. So it is nothing that you broke your promise. So you need not to take the punishment. But still Arjuna told, no, I should go, and go for 12 long years. So Arjuna started his journey for the 12 long years. During his wandering period, Arjuna came to the Naga daughter, Ulupi. Ulupi was the Naga Kanya. Now they say Naga, the description that they took him under the water. No, it is not like that. Mainly the Naga, they used to live in a low land areas. And there is another, the version is that Nagas, still it is there, the Naga in the Nagaland is the northeastern part of India, still it is there. In the last part of Arjuna, he went to Manipur, where Ulupi also came and joined. How Ulupi, if she was, some people they say it was in the northern part of India, like the Rishikesh and Haridwar. If they were there, how Ulupi could come all the way, crossing the whole India to Manipur, which is the last eastern part of India. So we think that the Nagaland, which is now it is famous as Nagaland, a state of Indian Republic, so that was the Nagas, and Arjuna came over there when he went wandering, and their son became Iravan. Ulupi was very wonderful lady. She loved Arjuna, but Arjuna in that way couldn't love her so much. But Ulupi waited for Arjuna all through and developed her son Iravan as equal as Arjuna and sent him afterwards to join that famous war, Kurukshetra war, to support his father. And from there, Arjuna went to Manipur. So these two states are very close, Manipur and Nagaland. They are almost the neighbors. From there, the Arjuna went to Manipur. Here, the king was Chitrabhahana, and his daughter was Chitrangada. Arjuna loved Chitrangada, and these Nagas, even today, they are not that way like the other people of India. Still now, maybe that is the reason Arjuna could not love that girl, and they are called tribals still now, though now they are educated, now they are rich, now they are almost at par with each and every one. Even then, their behavior, the way they live is different, but very good people. And then the Chitrangada, the daughter of the Chitrabhahana, the king of the Manipur, highly advanced culture, even today, Manipur. And naturally Arjuna liked that, and Arjuna married that Chitrangada, but there was a condition that your son cannot go along with you. He should continue over here, because Chitrabhahan perhaps was not having the son. So he wanted the son of his daughter to continue the lineage, this Babruvahana. And Arjuna stayed there for continuously 3 years. From there, he come to the south. So we find that Arjuna actually traveled all the length and breadth of India twice. So he knew very good about the India. First, now it is 12 years he is going on. From the northeastern part, he is starting from the north, because it was the Indraprastha near the Delhi. And from there he went all the way to the end of India in the eastern part, and that is Nagaland and Manipur. From there he is coming down to the south, and he saved the 5 apsaras, the apsaras that we already studied, and they were bound by some people, and Arjuna saved them. They were Budbuda, Lata, and Samichi, Saurabhi, and Bharga. These are the 5 apsaras. And then from there he went to Pravasa. Pravasa in the west. So whole India he is traveling. And he went to the west, Pravasa, the Dwarka. There he found the Subhadra. Now these things are happening, but at the back of it, unknowingly, Arjuna was developing the relatives and friends all over India who will help him in the great war. It's not the Yudhishthira. The whole thing was done on behalf of Yudhishthira, as if by the God's grace, Arjuna, unknowingly he was doing. He is traveling in one places and marrying a girl over there and developing that relationship. And he went to Pravasa, the Dwarka, western part of India. He married the sister of Krishna, beautiful Subhadra. There's a funny story is there. Arjuna was friend of Krishna. Krishna the God, now we consider him, but that time it was only the friend to Arjuna. Afterwards, in the Bhagavad Gita, we find in the 11th chapter, Arjuna is wondering, oh my God, you are truly God. And now, without knowing, I was behaving like a friend. I said so many other things also. Then Krishna told, it is all right, I like that. And here also, like a friend, he came not knowing that he liked a beautiful princess, regularly going to a temple from the distance, and as usual in the society has happened, he came and shared that with his friend. Krishna also told, let me go and see who is she, and then found that his own sister. Then he told, it is Subhadra, my sister. Then Arjuna was happy. Your sister, naturally I can, but it is not only my sister, she is also the sister of my brother and my brother, the Balaram, never like you. The Balaram has decided that Subhadra should marry Duryodhan. Duryodhana also knows it. And now if you marry, the Balaram will never agree. And as because he is my elder brother, and in the family, when father is not there, elder brother is like father, whatever he says. That was the tradition of India. I won't be able to do anything there, though I like that you should marry Subhadra, and what I feel, Subhadra also likes you. Then only one option. One day I will keep Balaram busy, and that time you just elope my sister Subhadra and go away, far away, so that Balaram cannot reach you. Arjuna did, and Krishna, he used to spend very little time with Balaram, but that day he came and he was constantly talking with the brother. Balaram was very happy. He used to love Krishna very much. And he was simple type of person, though very powerful, but very simple. And he could not understand why Krishna is today behaving so nicely. Suddenly, when everything was over, the information came that Subhadra has been eloped by Arjuna, and then Balaram understood this is all the planning of Krishna. And even then he chased Arjuna, and that's why he could not support the Pandavas for many reasons. So many times he expressed it that I cannot support the Pandavas. So anyway, things happened, and from now onwards, the Krishna became a relative to Arjuna, very close relative. So this way, and the Subhadra's son became Abhimanyu, the famous hero, child hero. And from the Pushkara, they went of the North India, and he completed his 12 years wandering, and came back to Indraprastha. And when that time the Krishna, Arjuna, and all many other family members, they went for a picnic in somewhere inside the jungle, and it says that the fire god Agni approached the Krishna and Arjuna and told, I like to burn this particular portion of the forest, and please help me. The Khandava. This is the problem with our history. They are not giving the complete picture in a different way. In those days, a group of people, those who were the worshippers of the fire, they wanted to establish over there, naturally by burning the forest, and they used to establish their own. But now another group of people, they never wanted them to come, so they were all the time protecting that forest. It was that these people came and took the help of Arjuna and Krishna, because they knew Arjuna and Krishna can help them. It has come in such a way that Agni Devata, as if God, he has come and he is requesting Krishna and Arjuna that I like to burn this fire, but it is protected by the Indra. Indra is another king, and he is supporting the other people. So obviously I cannot do it. Please help me. So when the Arjuna and Krishna, they fought in favor of the Agni, they could burn down that, and slowly the civilization was coming up. It was necessary to clear the forest. This is very easy thing. If they had noted the whole history in that way, it could have been easy for the modern people to accept. Now, when we discuss, we understand that when the people are going here also in America, wherever they went, wherever the new civilization was coming up for the establishment, a portion of the forest they used to clean, and then they used to stay over there, and obviously very close to the river. The group of people who were living on the river, on the bank of the river, they never wanted that another group come and live so close. So if we can explain in this way, we understand the whole thing very easily. And this group of people who were the worshippers of Agni, we can understand in this way. So they were helped by Arjuna and Krishna, and the Indra tried but could not defeat them. So this group came, burned and settled. In exchange, they gave Arjuna a very famous weapon, that is Gandiva. The Arjuna's, that famous bow, that Gandiva was given, they say it was made from the spine of the rhino. So that was the Gandiva. It is very hard but very strong. From here we can understand that this type of people were also could develop wonderful weapons. So that's why they are giving this, and that Arjuna's famous bow Gandiva was presented, and the special arrow and a flag they gave, Kapidhaja. The Kapidhaja, that flag that is famous for the Arjuna, that was given by these people, and also some arrows which was very famous. Recently I was observing a movie that was two men, they were fighting with arrows, and from the proper distance, both of them, they were master in shooting the arrows. But the young boy, who was the hero of that movie, who wanted to save his own clan and also his wife from the hand of that particular person, he shot the arrow in such a way that person, he was defeated, but at the same time he hold the wife in such a way so that if the person is shooting the arrow, it will kill the lady, not that person. And this boy, he was listening to the wind, how the wind is blowing, how the tremendous concentration, he was ready to shoot, but with tremendous concentration. Then observing how the leaves are moving, how things are happening all around, then shot the arrow completely in a almost 45-50 feet away. But the arrow was moving in such a way, it was actually getting hit by the wind, and it turned and came and pierced that man almost from the right side. If this is possible, now why not the Arjuna's? So obviously it is possible. Arjuna was really having a wonderful archer, and with this particular bow which was very strong, this Arjuna, Kapidhaja. Krishna also received the gift from them. One is his chakra and a special mess, Gada, that's called Kaumodaki Gada, very strong but light. So we can understand how things are happening, but this type of people, they were also very good craftsmen, so they used to help them. When they were burning that forest, my Danav, nowadays the Danav word, we always use that these are all bad people are Danavas. So devil is equal as Danava. But Danava was a title of a group of people who were very good craftsmen. So they used to live in the Mohenjo-daro Harappa areas, the below. They are all Danavas, and naturally their other descendants were also living all over the India. In that forest, my Danava was also there. He also never wanted that Agni people should come, but he didn't fight. He only requested Arjuna to allow him to go out of that place with his whole family. Arjuna allowed that, and in return, he constructed a beautiful palace for the Pandavas. We know that because of that palace only, the Duryodhana became so jealous. So everything in the Mahabharata for the Pandavas, that everything is happening because of the Arjuna. This is thing. And at the behest of the Yudhishthira, all the four brothers, they went in to conquer the other kingdoms in Digvijaya. And Arjuna went to the north and he conquered Kashmir. Now we can claim that from the Mahabharata time, Kashmir belongs to us. So that's true. He conquered the Kashmir. So this is the Digvijaya first time. Then we know the game, that the dice game, and Yudhishthira lost everything. And Bhima became so angry. Other two brothers, they were all the time quiet. That is the small two brothers, they were not doing anything, telling anything. They were quietly sitting. Yudhishthira was going on losing again and again. And Bhima became very angry. In one time he said, I feel like burning his hand, which is making so many mistakes. Because when you throw the dice and it is making the mistake, so Bhima became angry and talked like that. It was Arjuna. He is junior than Bhima. Bhima was the second son, Arjuna third. Arjuna told Bhima, you should not talk about the senior in this way. Whatever is happening for the good of us. And the brother, that blessed hand that he is using to throw it, everything that he is doing guided by the God. So don't think in this way, wait and see. When that question came, because Yudhishthira lost fast, when everything, Yudhishthira lost his property, his kingdom and all, then he himself, he said, I will be your servant if I lose. After that, Yudhishthira cannot say my brothers and my wife. So according to law, we are not bound to be the servants of the Kauravas. These two words, when everybody was excited, terrible thing was happening, they were insulting Draupadi. Even then Arjuna was calm and composed. Here we can find that how in both ways he was not only a famous hero, a powerful warrior, but at the same time he had the tremendous control on his senses. In the provocation he could control, and when everything was over, then at the other people they said, don't make them your servants, you will be killed. Rather send them out. So they were sent to the exile for 12 years and 1 year in incognito, the 13 total years. The Bhima was cursing and going, but Arjuna took 2 handfuls of the dust and the sand, and he was throwing it in such a way the people could have, Bhima was shouting, and physically people could see that he is angry. But Arjuna calm and composed, but in both the hands he was throwing the sand. People were so much afraid seeing that. Why? They knew he is Sabbasachi. They knew that he can use his both the hands to kill people, and that was the indication, I am going to kill you just like the dust when the time will come. So Arjuna went, and from there they went to Daita Bona. The Daita forest, here the Vyasadeva initiated Yudhishthira with a powerful mantra called Pratismriti. Sorry. This Pratismriti, this mantra, the one who is uttering, repeating, will be protected by any problem. So Vyashadeva came and he gave that mantra to Yudhishthir so that Yudhishthir can protect the whole family members. From there they came to Kammakbana, another area, Kamyak. Here Yudhishthira gave it to Arjuna. Look at the beautiful idea. Yudhishthira understood that I won't be able to protect my family, Arjuna can do. He didn't give it to Bhima. Bhima was also very powerful, but Bhima was short tempered, and that is the reason he gave it to Arjuna. Though you are having the tremendous power, but still you are not using unnecessarily. With restraint you have to use. Nowadays, some of the countries, they are having the tremendous powerful weapon. If they put a bottom, then half of the world may be destroyed. Now the person who has the power to push the bottom should have tremendous control. Under provocation, he should not act. Same thing we find over here. So this he said, and after getting that, Arjuna wanted to have practice spirituality to control his own anger and others. When he received that mantra, he understood it's so powerful mantra. If I use it, I can destroy each and every one. So I must control my mind. So he decided to go once again for a quiet place all alone to practice the austerity. When he was going, at that time Draupadi came, and before everyone she expressed her love for Arjuna. Though Draupadi was married to all the 5 brothers, but even then she told before Yudhishthira even, without Arjuna I find there is no life at all, as if this body and life is completely useless without Arjuna. When Arjuna is here, whole life come back. And here she said, Naiva na partha, bhogeshu na dhane, na ta jibite, tushti buddhi bhavitri va toi dirgha prabhasini. Once again Arjuna is going out. So again he was going out. First time he went for 12 years. Again all of them, they went for 13 years. So now he is telling like this, Partha, without you, when you go away for long, there remains no desire to enjoy, no happiness in receiving costly gifts. I lose interest in life. So na tu jivite, even I don't like to live. So that was the expression of the Draupadi. This deep love of Draupadi saved Arjuna from a very difficult situation. So the biographer is commenting this way, this deep love of Draupadi, she used to love, but this is the first time she expressed it before everyone. So that gave Arjuna a great solace and strength, and this saved him from the attraction of the Urvashi, that we will come to. Arjuna reached the abode of Indra, and here when the Indra told, since you have come over here, enjoy the life of the Swarga, the heaven, then Arjuna refused it, and he said, I have let my brothers and my wife over there. I want to go back and get back our kingdom. I have come over here to get your blessings and also the good weapons, divine weapons. When a country is going for war, we nowadays in modern society also we find that they go out in the international market and collect the best type of the different weapons. And in those days also we find the same way Arjuna is going to different places, particularly to Indraloka, and getting the help of the Indra. Indra told, say, I can give you a very famous different weapons, but before that you have to get the vision of Shiva. If you can get the vision of Shiva, then only I will give it to you. Here the Arjuna, he went inside the jungle and sat over there and meditated. He was not searching for the Shiva. He was sitting over there and meditating. The Shiva was both a yogi and also it's not the God of just we are imagining. He was a human being, the God in human body. So Lord Shiva came, and as because Arjuna was there with an intention to get some good weapon, so the Lord Shiva came in a very peculiar. For a long time Arjuna was sitting and meditating. One day suddenly he saw a wild boar charging him. So naturally he got up and shot the bow, and that wild boar, and immediately he saw another person, a hunter. He also shot the arrow almost in the same time, and both the arrows struck the kill in the same time. Now that man, the hunter, came and told, "This is my boar, I killed it, my arrow killed it." Arjuna also showed, "This is mine." There was a long fight between these two. But Arjuna noticed that all his arrows are reaching to the body of that hunter but not touching it. But the hunter's arrows are piercing his body. He was in great pain. So afterwards got exhausted and fainted. When he came back, then he saw it is not the hunter, it is the Lord Shiva. He helped him to stand up and then embraced. All his wounds were healed and there was no pain. And the Lord Shiva told, "You are the only person who could fight for such a long time with me. I now know that you are capable to handle the greatest weapon, Pashupata." Arjuna got a very famous Brahma Shira from his guru. Now he is getting the Pashupata Astra. He got so many other things. So that is the reason he was so powerful. Then the Indra, Varuna, then Kubera also gave him many weapons. Indra told Arjuna not to go back immediately. He asked him, "You be here in the heaven and learn music, song and dance from Chitrasen." The Chitrasen was the music director over there in the heaven, in the kingdom of. Now this is the first time a hero like him and a Kshatriya learning that. The moment Indra said, Arjuna without hesitation, without argument, started learning this music. See, this is also the humble way. Whatever new thing can be acquired, I must learn. So he was learning it. So he learned from the Chitrasen. One day it so happened, there was a program going on. Arjuna was also dancing. They showed that naturally after the training, the students, they performed perhaps that way. Arjuna was dancing and there he found the Urvashi. Many other ladies were there. He found Urvashi and he was many times he was looking at the Urvashi. Krishna noticed it, the Indra noticed it, and then he sent Urvashi to Arjuna. Arjuna told Urvashi, "I was looking at you because you were the mother of the Puru. Had I not come to this place, I could not have seen you because you are the mother of the Puru dynasty. So I am looking at you for that. You are my mother, just as my mother Kunti. So please don't misunderstand me." Urvashi then cursed him. We know that famous curse. "No, you will be completely lose your that's manliness, and you will dance and sing among the women." It was a tremendous curse for a Kshatriya Veer like Arjuna. Then the Indra told, "Don't be sad. I will give you a permission to use these cards anytime you like. a time will come, you will see that these skirts will save you. And we know that afterwards that this is the blessings in disguise. These skirts came, and in 1 year banishment in incognito, they went to Matsya kingdom, and there as a Brihannala he lived. And Indra presented a conch, that is Devadatta, that in those days this was very famous. The each and every hero, they were having their special conch. When they blew it, people knew that he is coming. So that, and also the divine crown, the Kirita. And here ultimately came to the end the whole thing, that is called the Arjuna, when he came to know that whole Kaurav, they have come to take away the cows of the Virata king. Virata king told, who is going to fight? Then his son told Uttara, I can fight them back, but the only thing, I am not having any person to run my chariot. Arjuna understood. He calculated immediately, and he understood that this is the last day of the banishment. So I will go. So he said, I will do that. And Arjuna was driving, the Uttara went, and when he went over there, he saw the huge, the army of the Kauravas. He got frightened, he was running away. Arjuna told, okay, now I will fight on your behalf. You better come and drive it properly. Don't worry. First, he went to a big tree, old tree. On the top of the tree, he kept his Gandiva and all other weapons. He brought it down. The descriptions, from the description, not that he just remembered and all these things came, not like that. He was keeping it, hiding. So very, very practical type. So some people, they always think that is all mythology, some stories, not like that. See, if that was there, in the movies also, cinemas, they will be showing, they are putting a hand like this and all the different type of weapons are coming and they are fighting with that. It's not like that. Arjuna was very practical type. He hid that in a tree and he knew where it is. The moment he came to know that I have to fight, he knew the tree is nearby. So he went to the tree, climbed the tree, brought it down, and Arjuna came and fought back. We know that, the whole history. And when Arjuna came back, the people were shouting joy, and the king was very happy, thinking, my son has become the winner. But Yudhishthira there, he was sitting, he told, no, this Brihannala, because of the Brihannala this thing has happened. That was a mistake perhaps from the Yudhishthira. King couldn't understand, he became angry. You are talking about the Brihannala? What he did? He was only driving the chariot. So he threw a dice on him, and a drop of blood was coming, falling down. Yudhishthira hold that drop of blood, because it was the promise, if any place Yudhishthira's blood drop, then whole thing will be destroyed. So Yudhishthira hold it, because he knew that this king doesn't know. Then that was the time they disclosed themselves. They came back, there was a great war, everything was done. And we can remember one thing, that when they were choosing, both of them, they approached to Krishna for the war, the Duryodhana and the Arjuna. Duryodhana, he was thinking about getting all the soldiers of Krishna, and Arjuna was thinking to get the Krishna himself. This shows that he was not only a hero, but also a spiritually advanced person. Otherwise, how could he know? When the Krishna asked him, how is it that I promised that I am not going to fight, I am a only single person, only I will be just driving your chariot, that's all. Why, you have chosen me, you could take my army, they are all well trained. Then the Arjuna told, if I get you, I will get everything. So that the answer, it shows that he was also spiritually advanced. The I will get all name and fame if you are with me. So that and then in the Bhagavad Gita, when the Krishna showed him that what's called the Vishwarupa, then in one place in the Bhagavad Gita we find Arjuna is telling Krishna, Nashta moha smriti labdha tat prasadat mayachyuta and Karishye bachanam tava. There he promised, whatever now you ask me, I will do that. Nashta moha, I was deluded, thinking constantly that you were my friend. As smriti labdha, now I have come back to the senses. Now I remember that God has taken the human form. And in one place, when Krishna was dying, before that, he said, Arjuna is me and I am Arjuna. So Krishna and Arjuna was not different. They were the same. So Nara and Narayana, the same God, one in the form of a Nara, the human, and also the Narayana, the both of them are the same. In the modern time we find Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. In the same way, when the young Vivekananda was doubting, then Sri Ramakrishna said, you and me are same, we are not different. Then in his own amicable way he said, if you throw a stick on the water, it seems that the two different waters, because the stick is dividing, but actually it is same water. So similarly, both the bodies, but it is the same. So whenever God comes, he comes in that form, that way. After 36 years of ruling, the news came that Krishna has passed away. And he wished that Arjuna should come to Pravasha and collect the women and children and protect them and take them back to Indraprastha, because the Yadavas has destroyed themselves. There was not any male Yadavas lived in that time. So whole India became very weak because of this also. One is Mahabharata war, another is the Yadav Kuladhansha. So the male were all destroyed. Arjuna went, and as maximum possible he was bringing them. And in Punjab, a group of people who were only, they were the cowherd boys. When they found that so many ladies are there, they came only with the sticks. And Arjuna, to his utter surprise, found that he could not lift his bow and arrow, that famous Dhanu. It was not helping him. Arjuna understood that I am going to die. Now my job is done. He was very sad, and he went to the Vyasa. He said, how is it? I am Arjuna, still I am strong. I could not lift my bow, that Gandiva. I could not protect those ladies. Then the Vyasa told, so Krishna came with a mission, with a purpose. The God came. He also brought you. The mission is done, purpose is done. Now it is time for you to go back. Never think that you have failed. With a very calm and joyful mind, prepare yourself for the great departure. Balam, buddhischa, tejascha, pratipattischa, bharata, bhavanti, bhavakaleshu, vipaddante, viparjaye, mushal parva. Here the Vyasadeva is telling all the great work that both of you have done, it is now over. Now Krishna has returned back. Time has come for you to go back. Prepare yourself. So in this world, we come with a particular purpose. And after the purpose is done, it is over, we all go back. So only thing that we have to be very careful that we are with God, and whatever we are doing for the benefit of the human being. These are the two things we have to be very, very careful. Whoever may be, maybe my father, maybe my uncle, maybe my grandfather, maybe my guru, if they are supporting something wrong, I am not with them. That is the life of Arjuna, that is the life of the Pandavas. They always teach like that. You should always be with the righteousness, first. Second, whatever work you do come before you, whatever work you are doing, you should do for the betterment of the human society. That's all. And when the time will come, without any sadness, my task is done. I have not taken anything, and no one is responsible for anything. So naturally, whatever the responsibility came before me, I have performed it properly. Now I should go back to the source. Arjuna's the heroes, the special hero of Mahabharata. We get this from the Arjuna's life. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Thank you. If you have a question, right hand.
Only the last sentence that you said. So, in this panorama of life, human life particularly, so everybody comes with the purpose and is assigned the role, and that he is supposed to do in a way which is conforming with the dharma of that person. And that's a great message basically. So the result, whatever it is, the physical conditions, the result, good and bad, suffering or pleasure, etc. So keeping that aside, constantly keeping the mind on the dharmic side of it, to perform the role till the last day of that person comes.
Yes, yes. When the Arjuna, he was telling that this Bhishma is in my front. When I was a small boy, Bhishma used to take me on his lap. I used to play on his lap, and now I am going to kill him. How it is possible? Then the Krishna told, just to keep his false promise, now actually he is supporting unrighteousness. He promised that I will protect this family, but when the whole family is doing something very, very wrong, naturally you could say that no, I won't keep my promise, I won't protect you, I am always with the dharma. But that he didn't say. That is the reason he has lost all his thing, so now you can kill him. Same way the other acharyas, Dronacharya, Kripacharya. So this is the whole the moral teaching of the Mahabharata, be always with the righteousness. That is the message.
So for that purpose, basically trying to know what is right, what is wrong, and studying the scripture and knowing from the great people as to what is the dharma, and then doing it. That this is the process probably for everybody.
See, Sri Ramakrishna in a very nice way he said sadhu sangha. And the sadhu sangha means when we are going to a holy company and learning something positive. So that is called sadhu sangha. Again and again, such a long life that I read over here, this course. But the ultimate thing is, last, when the Arjuna was thinking, how is it that I could not protect those poor girls? Then the Vyasa told, whatever you could do, you have done. And that you could not lift the Gandiva, that means the time has come for you, your mission is over. Somebody else will come, he will do. And that is the thing, it goes on. Sometimes the juniors come, they become very famous, so the seniors become very jealous and they will be criticizing or going against. Wrong. My time I have done, my time is over, I am ready for something else. So that is the departure. We must prepare ourselves. I never harmed anyone. I never expected anything from anyone. That is the freedom. And in the Mahabharata itself, it says the greatest dharma. What is the greatest dharma? Whatever you want from others, doing that to others is the highest dharma. So that way, we want the respect, we want the peace, we want the happiness. Naturally, whatever I want from others, I should give it back to others also. Sometimes in our ashrama also you saw, some of the monks, they will say in the places, the devotees' food will be like this, their state will be like this. I told, suppose I go to somebody's house and they behave with that, how I will like? If I cannot accept that, so always keep in mind, if you are serving one or two, serve with wholeheartedly as if you are being served. That is dharma. Constantly thinking, I am present in that, so he should not feel hurt. So that way, always you have to have the control of your senses. Harsh words, never allow. And harsh behavior should not. So this way, who is getting benefit? Me. So that is the control. So this Mahabharata is a great book, and the next day it may be, what is that? Oh, another three brothers, Bhima, Nakula and Sahadeva. Not much about them, but
Swamiji, thank you very much. It was beautiful lecture. And it happened again that this is the second time I don't have a Guru Dakshina with me. So next time I'll give it to you. Thank you very much.
Jai Thakur, Jai.